just a moment.
Okay.
Good morning, San Diego City College students. Welcome to our last day of Welcome Week. What you'll discover during these next 2 hours is a lot of important information you can use. With the new year and the new semester, there's so much hope in the air. And so I just want you to know that you've arrived at a place where you belong here. And whether you're a new or a returning student this semester, the Welcome Week program is designed to provide you a large array of information. And by the way, this is recorded, so you don't have to worry about taking copious notes. But what you can do is to go back onto our YouTube channel and look at the recording so that you can, whatever piqued your interest, you can go over that information as much as possible as needed, and then contact the folks accordingly. Before I begin, I do want to wish everyone a very happy Black History Month, because this is an opportunity for us to honor and celebrate and appreciate all of Black Americans' phenomenal and amazing contributions, not only to our nation, but globally as well. For more information about events and activities that are taking place this month, please visit our homepage, and you'll see some activities and events that celebrates, educates, and uplifts Black excellence. So thank you for coming today. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my first presenter, and this is Rivera, and he's here to talk to you about the EOPS program and personal growth. So Doc, without further ado, I'll ask you to take it away.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the environment of City College. Welcome to yourself. Why do I say that? Because it is you who have chosen to listen to this presentation. It's you on the inside that has goals and dreams, and that college connects to those. I'm going to be talking about the EOPS program today and personal growth. Today, you will hear all kinds of great things about what college can do and what's here for you, and really for you. Many of you are coming right out of high school or just recently out of high school. This is different. You're different. You've moved into a new stage of human consciousness, human development. You're feeling like an adult and like the world is on you, and you need to do something to become a full adult. So you're here. Now, what you're going to hear about is all kinds of things that are designed to meet you where you're at. The EOPS program is one of those things with a big, huge difference. And that is that when you hear all the things that are going to be offered to you at City, this is required law over and above that. Why? Because those of you who are accepted into the EOPS program are people who are going to benefit because of your past lives, your past experience in life, your resilience, your dreams, your hopes, the skills you bring to college. The EOPS program is set up to maximize and build on those. You're awesome. Now, this EOPS program was established in 1968 around then as a social justice program. It was designed to specifically understand deeply and work with the challenges that are faced by marginalized communities, the most marginalized, the most oppressed in our society, in the ways that the program addresses. So, are you qualified? Well, pretty much everyone who comes to City is, but here's some basics. A resident of California, plan to take 12 units or more. During COVID, there's some flexibility there. You might be able to take less. So still apply if you're interested. You qualify for a Board of Governors grant. You have not completed 70 units or more. And some other general requirements, just to give you an idea. I have limited time today, so I'm gonna go quickly and skip a lot of stuff, but that just gives you a feel. And then some of the services that we provide, they look like pretty much what the whole college provides. The difference is that we go as deep as we need to walk with you in these things. And some of the other programs, they just have a certain amount of resources. They're part of a team and they do what they're designed to do, just like we do. So we'll just be going all the way with you, however deeply you need to go on any area of your college life experience. And these are some of the things we provide. And one of those is priority enrollment. You know, the state of California is committed to making sure that it does everything so that you really do feel and experience that you belong, like Lori said, that you belong here. So we want to make sure you have the best opportunity to start off on a solid footing and to continue on that solid footing so the college in the state of California approved priority enrollment for you. You're among the first to enroll. So then I think that's pretty much what I will say about EOPS. Mainly want to give you the feeling of EOPS. So you can feel the energy from me, the commitment to you that we have. We are here to serve you. Now the whole college is here to serve you, and we are too. So I just want you to hear that energy. We want to make you the centerpiece of everything. Some of the students say that they feel like they're just kind of watching things go by, like they're really not a part of the college. Well, part of our developmental process in EOPS is to increasingly familiarize you with every dimension of the college, the culture of the college, not just what you do, but what college means, the feelings of college, the beliefs of college, the deeper dreams of college, so that you understand and feel and experience what it's like to have hope in a chemistry class, not to just pass a class, but the hope that chemistry gives you as inside of you, as you realize how chemistry relates to the rest of your life and yourself as a person. And any other course that you take at college, many students say that they are surprised that college just opens up a new world for them, new ideas, opportunity to do new things. One student said to me just yesterday, I never thought of taking a mountaineering class, like how to climb a mountain. And it was a 1-unit class, didn't take a lot of time. It was super fun. They met new people and they learned about something totally different, like how to climb a mountain. College opens up the world. It can be among the best years of your life, as long as you learn how to be part of the culture. And that's what EOPS is really committed to working on. How much time do I have left, Lori?
You can keep going. We have all the way up to till we get our next presenter, which is at 9:45. So you've got probably around 8 minutes.
All right. So then I just want to share with you that I'm a Native American, indigenous person. And so, bienvenidos a todos. Que viva la raza. Aquí ustedes tienen su casa. Aquí estamos aquí para servirles. And that's for every culture. We are here to serve you. We're here to bring life and enhance your feeling for life and to walk with you through this. So now I'm going to talk about personal growth. Here at City College, we have 3 personal growth classes. The first one, Personal Growth 120, is about college success. What are the specific tips? Like, how can you read a math book? How do you read a math book differently than you read a history book? If you can just learn the tips to do math, it's like, wow, I didn't realize that math could be this easy. I just didn't know how to read a math textbook. That's what many of my students say. So you'll learn many tips about how to succeed in college. For example, another one is like, okay, how do I find balance in my life? I feel so much pressure to get all my studies done, to be a family member, to have friends, to start working. How do I find balance as a young person? And so Personal Growth 120 will help you to learn how to find balance when it comes to college life. And then you might learn things about how to make friends, how to make good friends, how to have healthy relationships. healthy. We're all designed to have friendships and to have healthy friendships. We all know that sometimes we have conflicts with our best friends, even our parents or our brothers and sisters. So Personal Growth 120 will help you learn how to develop successful friendships, how to have a friendship in a study group. So you don't have to study alone and you study with other people and do that in a way that's successful. Many tips how to be successful in college. Now, the thing I want to really share with you about that, kind of wrap it all up for Personal Growth 120, is the culture of college. So when you go to another country, it's like, oh my goodness, I have to learn the language, I have to learn the foods, I have to learn just everything. Well, college is a culture too. It's another world. And so we are all designed here to just welcome you into this culture. And the really cool thing is, it's amazing, but you can actually learn another culture in college pretty quickly. And all these resources are designed to guide you through it and welcome you into it. And so once that happens, it's like you'll be amazed. College starts to seem natural. Studying seems natural. It's almost like, hey, this isn't like work anymore. This is just part of my life. Why? Because you have become the culture of college. I was a first year community college student, first person to go in my family. And before long, pretty soon, now I'm a doctor. Nobody thought in my family, they didn't know what that was. And but what happened was, they say, well, gee, you're a doctor. That must have been hard. Actually, that was easy. What was hard was like my first couple of years in college as I learned the culture. But once I learned the culture of college, the rest of it was just, do the work and it was natural. It's like getting up and exercising. I just had to do the work, but I knew how to do it already. So that's Personal Growth 120. And then Personal Growth 130 is about careers. The tools for navigating a career over your lifetime. How would you like to be in the top percentage of people? That's what the research says. If you know how to do these 11 tool sets, then you will always know how to research where there is opportunity, what the trends are for the new innovations. Post-COVID, the economy is really changing. So how do you research that? How do you just know how to pay attention, what to listen to? You'll learn those skills in the career development course, Personal Growth 130. You'll also learn more about yourself. You'll learn concepts like one major, like let's say math, can apply to over 900 careers. Psychology can apply to over 450 careers. So it's like, what? I thought if I was a psychologist, I could only be a counselor or a psychology teacher or a therapist. But no. So almost every single career has transferable skills, skills that can apply to almost any environment. You'll learn things like that. You'll learn how to research that. So you'll learn about yourself. You'll learn about how your values and your beliefs can match up with your dreams and how you can make those happen through applying these tools and connecting them to the economy and careers. But one of the most important things I'd like to leave with you about Personal Growth 130 is that it provides you a sense of tools where you feel competent to be able to connect your dream to the classwork you're doing. So you do an assignment in English or a history paper, and you're like, okay, that's just an assignment. Or you make your bed at home, you're doing some stuff at home, washing dishes, or you're having fun outside with your friends. In this course, you will actually learn to see how these are all actually related to your skills, and they can become part of your success profile. So you can actually start to see that these skills really do express who you are as a person. And you can see them come together in relationship to your actual dreams and then interpret that into the world of work. Personal Growth 130. And then Personal Growth 140 is a class that takes you deeper into yourself, very deep yourself. Like, what are the kinds of things you're afraid of? What are your dreams? And how can you maximize the potential of human nature? How can you refine the skills that we all have inside of ourselves to communicate better, to understand our own personal visions and hopes better, to to um, to translate those into actual actions, to change habits that we want to change. A lot of support for that, those kinds of things. Deep interpersonal reflection, and then manifesting of the and liberating and healing those areas of ourselves that then liberate us to be everything we can be. So that's my presentation to you this morning, and welcome to City College, and I look forward to meeting you should that opportunity happen for me with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doc. If I could, I just wanted to make a comment and also ask a question. So, when you talk about personal growth, as an alumna from San Diego City College, because I graduated from San Diego City College. By the way, I didn't even enter college. I'm also a first-time generation college student from my family, but I was 37 years old when I started college, and I came to City, and one of the greatest gifts that City gives is it embraces everybody. There's nobody that doesn't belong at City College. And so when you've made the choice, and believe me, we've chosen you, and you'll understand that because you'll have the guidance. Our professors, they're coaches, they're guidance counselors, they're everything that you can imagine, and they're really good at um, making you feel like you belong. And the personal growth classes, I think what you'll discover, and tell me what you feel about this, Doc, is that it's transformational. So what students will see, even in the first semester, is some transformation going on. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah. I just started the semester, and so some of my students have already been saying in their discussions with other people that already their feelings of hope, that there's actually a way to be more than they thought they already were, is already happening, and they're sharing with each other. Wow, that's a really cool idea. I didn't think about it that way, and now I feel that way too. I feel like I can actually do this college thing, and I actually feel like there's a way for me to be successful in life. When before I just was really kind of down on myself and confused, or like Lori says, or suggested, at least came to my mind. Also, 35, 45, 50. Lori was 37. It's like, okay, now I'm going to take some time out for myself and focus on the resources of college. And then all of a sudden, these transformational things, meaning we start to think and feel differently. And the way we feel and think differently is in a healthy and healing way. So that's how I see transformation. People who thought they couldn't do math, several people that I've worked with, students, all ages, have said, I always failed math. Now at City College, I'm passing. I can't believe it. I can actually do math, and I'm actually liking it now. So those are the kinds of transformations that can happen.
Absolutely. And discussing, at my age, when I started to think about going to college, it was because of a career change. The industry that I was in had I had left the state of California, and it was mortgage banking. I was in the industry for 13 years. And so I had to develop new skills. And I'm telling you, my husband had to hand walk me down to City College on my first semester, and I had to crash every class. And I really felt like I wasn't going to belong because college kids are, when you go to college, you're 18 years old, 19, 20, but it's not the truth. City College is so diverse in so many different ways, not only culturally, not only racially, but also age wise. And so I'm telling you, I even asked him to take a course with me because I was afraid. So imagine taking a course, making my husband enroll with a course with me. And within like a week, he's like, you seem to have this down all right. Can I withdraw now? Because I don't want to have a W on my transcript because he was a graduate from San Diego City College. And I'm like, yes, you could have gone a long time ago because I felt immediately welcome, embraced, and I felt like I belonged. Everything that I had built up in my head or that other people had told me, you're told to go to college. None of that was true. And so for students, if anybody has messaged those things to you, I strongly encourage you to block out that noise, right? And then take in the new information, take in the welcome that City College would give you, because we're family here. And as you can see by the way that Doc and I interact, for example, this is the way we're setting the tone to let you know this is how we treat one another at City, and this is the way we treat our students, real and human. And so, like again, I said, um, everybody belongs at City. You have any other words, Doc, that you'd like to say?
I would just again like to just leave us with the idea that and reinforce what Laurie has said. We are a very diverse community at City College. You know, the world is going through all these questionings about how do we relate to each other. Well, City College is a place where we really have the opportunity and we are committed to learning how to relate better and better so that our students can relate cross-culturally and multiculturally wherever they are across the world. It's not perfect. We too are in development. We're human, but we keep working it out. And if you ever feel uncomfortable in any way, or if you've heard stories like Lori was mentioning, there's always other people. And it's not that there's anybody that's a bad person. It's just that we have different personalities, different cultures. So there's always a match. All you need to do is like either get a hold of Lori or me or anybody you're going to hear today or anyone else and say, hey, this is what's going on. And then we will help you find your way and feel comfortable. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you, Doc. I just wanted to say one more thing before you leave, because you reminded me in my first when I arrived at San Diego City College, what was awakened in me was a dream that I had since I was a little girl to be a teacher. And I taught it in addition to my primary supervisory position at San Diego City College. I taught at City College as an adjunct in the business department as well as the computer business technology department for 15 years.
Wow.
So that dream was awakened. It was always what I aspired to be. And I was able to, live that dream out. And so you just never know. At San Diego City College, this is where dreams are birthed and or reawakened, if you will. So, Doc, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate your generosity. I appreciate your sharing with me this morning our scripture for the day that set the tone for, well, at least for my morning and how to carry out the remaining of the day. So thank you for the gift of that.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Have a great day and a great semester.
Thank you.
Thank you. So our next presenter is here, and I'd like to welcome, excuse me, Chris Barron. He's an English professor, and he's also the English Center Director. So welcome, Chris. Happy new semester. Happy new year. And I'll give you the floor.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, welcome, everyone. I'm here to talk about the English Center. Again, my name's Chris, and you may know me as Professor Barron. I've been at City College for over 20 years. And let me tell you just one thing about how much City College means to me is just that it is a place where everyone truly is welcome. And I have the honor of being the coordinator of the English Center. And in the English Center, we tutor all the reading, writing, and critical thinking across the campus for all classes. And I know that sometimes tutoring can be like a bad word, that if you need tutoring, man, you must really not be that smart. But I want to tell you, if you're watching, and if you think that at all, that that's not what tutoring means. Tutoring is something that everyone gets. It's something that we all do together. It is a community-based learning process for all of us. So in college, when you get tutoring, it's a part of the learning process. Faculty work together with students and with tutors who are all students as well and community members to do the best we can. It's part of the learning process. So let me share some information with you. And you can see here that in the English Center, we tutor all reading, writing, and critical thinking for the campus. And we're open Monday through Thursday. This is beginning next Monday on the 8th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're also open Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And Saturdays have been very, very popular. We're also going to hopefully extend Thursday evenings. We're part of a really popular thing called the Writing Jam or the Math and Writing Jam, and we're going to try to extend that more often so that there'll be Thursday evening hours. And we offer group tutoring, one-on-one live tutoring. You can submit papers, you can ask quick questions. We hold workshops live and recorded. There's just a ton of support for you. So when you're sitting in a class and you get an assignment and you don't necessarily understand what's being asked for, you can get help. Or you've written a great paper and you want to run it by a tutor, you can do that. So very excited to offer that to you. And then I wanted to share this video. The tutors actually made a great welcome video starring them, which I think shows you what it's all about. So hopefully it'll work here.
I'm not seeing the video.
Everyone can.
Okay, let me.
You could probably stop sharing the slide.
Okay. Try one more time here.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, can you see our website now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is our website, and on our website you can see everything that that we do, and it's very complete. So it's very clickable. These are all buttons. When you actually sign up for tutoring, the video will show you in a second. I'll just play it for you, but you literally can just press these buttons if you want tutoring. So let me show you what it looks like. I'll just play the video and I won't enlarge it so you can see.
We are here. Welcome to the English Center on Canvas. We are here to help with all reading, writing, and critical thinking assignments for any of your classes. Once enrolled, you'll get access to live one-on-one tutoring sessions, assignment submissions with tutor feedback, discussion board tutoring, live virtual workshops, and student resources. To get started, you'll need to enroll into the English Center on Canvas. Type this link into your web browser's address bar. Enter your username and password. Then click on Enroll in Course. Click on the English Center course card. If you'd like to start a tutoring session, scroll down and click on the button that says Start a live tutoring session. Hello.
Hello, welcome to the English Center. Would you like to speak with a tutor?
Yes, I need help with an assignment.
Hi, welcome to the English Center. My name is Nzinga and I'm going to be your tutor today. What's your name?
Hi, Nzinga. My name is Elizabeth.
Nice to meet you, Elizabeth. What are we working on today?
Today, we're going to work on my thesis. Another option is to submit an assignment for tutor feedback. Scroll down and click on the button that says Submit an assignment. Use a new slot for each assignment. So for your biology report, you could use the first assignment submission. For your English paper, you would then use the second assignment submission. Now, let's say that you have a quick question. You can just go to the discussion board by scrolling down and clicking on Discussion Board. Enter your question in the reply box and click on Post Reply. You should receive a response within 24 hours. Do you need a quick workshop on English basics? Don't forget to look at our schedule for live online workshops. And finally, scroll down to the Student Resources section, where you can access the same writing resources that our tutors use in their tutoring session. Now let's ask a senior tutor, what is the English Center?
We are a student and community-based organization, and we are here and ready to help you become more independent, effective, and confident in your reading, writing, and critical thinking. Welcome to the English Center.
Right. So hopefully that gives you just a sense of the English Center. Those are the tutors. A lot of them are still there. And so when you are ready to get some help in tutoring, I suggest just going to our website. A lot of the logistics are very simple and straightforward right from the website. And when you log in, you come into a live lobby during our open hours, and tutors are there to welcome you.
Well, Chris, may I just say that, well, for a virtual platform and converting into this virtual learning modality, you have created a robust um, uh, tutorial center for the English Center. I didn't really realize that all of that was there. I haven't gone to see that in a little while, so I was taking taking a tour with everybody else who's watching, which is so important. I have a couple questions for those students that may be asking. Um,
Sure.
when you enroll in, I see it's free. So it's free enrollment. Do they need an ad code or anything, or a referral code?
So students can just access it with their ID number and enroll. As long as they're a student at City, they'll be able to enroll. Many classes actually have a link to tutoring in their Canvas shells that you can just click that, and the Tutorials Learning Center, the Math Center, and the English Center will come up, and you can just enroll in the different ones. And once you're in, you get access to so many things on the Canvas site, resources. It couldn't be simpler. It's very straightforward.
It looks like it. I really enjoyed the video presentation. Makes me want to be a student again and try out the English Center. And before you leave, Chris, you know, you're a really wonderful author. You've authored so many children's books and things like that. I follow you on your Instagram. Congratulations on your success with all of the work that you've done.
Thank
If
you.
you had one piece of advice for students during this welcome week, what would that be, coming from your perspective?
That's such a good question. I think that one of the things that I've thought about as the first one in my family to go to college, but also coming from a family who are artists, that determination is key. So I would say to students, and so that combined with lots of years of being at City, is it's not really about being perfect. It's about working through things and finding help. No one is saying you have to do it alone. And I think sometimes we get in the mindset where you feel like, shouldn't I know that? I'm embarrassed or ashamed. But just kind of get rid of that and look around and see who can help you, and don't hesitate to get help. What I love about City in particular is, even if I have an English question, but I somehow end up at financial aid, someone there will help navigate me toward the right place. Combine that with your own determination to succeed, whatever that looks like, and allow it to develop in yourself, and you'll go really far.
Oh, that's great advice, because I think you really touched on a key element, and that is asking for help.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have the answer, you contact, no matter what office, we can walk you through and do a soft handoff to someone who can assist you if we don't know, or if we can't help you ourselves. But the key question, or the key element, is to ask. I think that's the best thing I could give students is, if you don't know, ask. And everybody's here at City is willing to help. We are a huge family, and that's why we get to. It's so important to see the smiling faces like of Professor Chris Barron here with us. And so thank you so much for coming to talk about your programming today. I wish you and yours a very terrific semester.
Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Chris. Take care. Okay, we're going to move on to our next presenter, and I'd like to welcome Charlene Jones from the Tutorial Center. Charlene, I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you so that you can begin your presentation.
Hi, Lori. Hi, everyone. Welcome to spring semester of 2021. I'm going to take you on a tour of the Tutorial Learning Center. Let's see.
While you're pulling that up on the screen, Charlene, as you know, we just had Chris Barron from the English Tutorial Center. And so maybe you can, while you're talking about the Tutorial Center, you could talk about the distinctions between the two, or how you all bridged with one another.
Okay. Let's see. Still navigating here. There we are. All right. So with the English Center tutors just the English and helps with all writing classes across all subjects. And then we have the Math Center, and they're primarily, well, they just tutor math, whereas we tutor other subjects as well. And this semester, I'm excited to announce that we have academic skills workshops back. We have our hours are expanded from 9 to 6, Monday through Thursday, and Fridays from 9 to 2. And as Chris was saying, it's pretty easy to get help. We don't need a referral. It's free. And you just log into your Canvas tutoring. And you're already taking your classes in Canvas. So you have your ID is your username, and then your birthday is your password. So once you click here and log into Canvas tutoring, you're going to come to our Canvas page. And on our Canvas page, we start out by telling you what subjects we tutor. So we have 2 languages, Arabic and Spanish. We have sciences, biology, chemistry, CISC, computer information sciences, engineering, physics, and communications. And we're in the process of hiring a tutor that will also tutor history. We will have the rest of these filled in by Monday, where you can click on and see the walk-in schedule. And once that's up, you'll see the tutors' names and what times they're available. And then you click on their name and you'll go into their Zoom room. And here is the academic skills workshops. And this will be updated monthly. So it'll help you become a more effective learner. And so for February, for the beginning of the semester, we're offering time management, reading strategies, and note-taking techniques. And this will be 3 days a week in the afternoons at different times. And you just click on the meeting ID and that will take you into the instructor's Zoom room. We will also have appointments available for one-on-one tutoring. And to access those, you're going to scroll to the bottom and you'll click where it says the TLC front desk. And then you'll be set up with an appointment time, and that will give you time with just you and that tutor without any other students. And those will be for 1-hour time slots. We will also have biology study groups coming soon, as well as the SI instructional groups. And in case you don't know, SI is supplemental instruction, where you'll have a tutor in your Canvas course, and then they will set up study groups just for your class. Then we also have student resources, and the student resources, I'll click here so that you can see. And it gives you guidelines and pages to help study. Resources, we have biology and chemistry. We have even sample finals, so you can prepare ahead of time to know what you're going to be tested on. We have physics, and then the academic study workshops. We also have handouts to go with those. And wanted to, at any time, you can also email us at citytlc19@gmail.com. In addition, so our hours here are during the week. If you need help on the weekend, we have e-tutoring available. And e-tutoring is 7 days a week, and also very early in the morning, like at 5 a.m. and as late as midnight, there's sessions available. So that will give you expanded hours of help and expanded subjects as well. And let's see if I can find an example of, so you can see their schedule. There. So this is e-tutoring and what their schedule looks like. And some of our city college tutors tutor through the e-tutoring as well. And what it does is that it's where several colleges and universities have come together to offer more hours in tutoring.
Wow.
So each college will put in a set number of hours each semester. And so many subjects are covered, from American Sign Language down to statistics, Spanish, and writing, Microsoft Office. And they also work on a Zoom platform as well.
Can you, Shirley, may I ask a question? I'm looking at the document that you just said. You said many colleges came together. Are you
Yes.
talking about outside of City College?
Yes, it's called it's a consortium. So Southwestern, Washington, I don't know all the colleges and universities, but there's several of them. And they came together to offer this service. And so, like if I click here, then I can go to change college, and then you can see a list. So it includes other states as well as California. And if you click on California, those are the why? Oh, I must have clicked on Connecticut there. So so you click on California, and then you can see there's City College, Southwestern, Maricosta, and California State East Bay participate. So each college would put in, say, 10 hours of tutoring. And so then it accumulates to expanded services, expanded subjects, and expanded hours.
And that's at no cost, no additional cost to our students?
No additional cost to the students whatsoever.
That is a phenomenal consortium there. I didn't know you had that. Thank you for spending some time with that.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions for me?
So, well, like I was talking with Chris and Doc before him, with our new and returning students, do you have any wisdom, any tips that you think would be valuable for them as they work to navigate San Diego City College?
Perseverance and reaching out. Don't think that you can do it on your own. When you reach out and start talking to others, you can find that there's commonalities and shared experiences.
I think you're absolutely correct in that. And I think that that's one thing that our college does very, very well is we try to discover. We have so many different student services and instructional services meetings. Like, how can we think in advance of what students may need? And that's why we have these robust virtual programming, which I must say I'm so impressed with every department because they met the need. And if you, I guess the key that everybody's remaining is ask for help. And that I guess the sin would be not to ask for help. So there's so much help, and we're here and we want to help you because no one goes it alone, and not in school, not in life. So please make sure to reach out if you need assistance. And Charlene, thank you so much for this terrific presentation. I wish you a terrific semester and a happy new year.
Thank you. Thank you too, Lori.
Thank you, Charlene. Take care. Have a great day. All right. We're having a great morning. I'd like to also, our next presenter is here. This is Abby Wiseman from our mental health department. And so, Abby, I'm looking for you. One moment. I just want to make sure I can get you spotlight. So, there you go. One moment, please. Good morning, Abby. Are you there? Oh, there you are.
Hi, good morning, Lori. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And how are you?
Good, I'm well, thank you. Thank you for inviting us to be here today.
Yes, and thank you for coming.
And I want to say hi to any City College students, faculty, or staff who are watching, and want to wish everyone a really happy spring, a new year, a new start, feeling hopeful. So yeah, thank you for having me. If it's okay, I'll actually try to share my screen now.
That would be great. Thank you.
I have a little, I guess I should start with an introduction. My name is Abby. I work at the Student Health Center on campus, and we are a fully integrated health center, meaning we have mental health and physical health covered for our students. When you enroll at City, you pay a student health fee, and that covers you for mental health and physical health care. So a lot of new students don't even know that we exist. They've been maybe thinking about counseling, or they want to, free consultation with a nurse or a doctor, but they don't feel like, getting to their doctor's office, waiting in the waiting room, paying a copay. So no need, we have you covered, and we are fully operating in this virtual realm that we find ourselves in. So all of our services on both the mental health and physical health side are now available virtually. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and play a quick video to kind of, for anyone that might be curious how we do mental health counseling over the internet, this may help to answer some questions.
Hey everyone.
Hey, we're from San Diego City College Student Health Center.
Did you know that the Student Health Center is now offering free confidential telemedicine and teletherapy to eligible City College students?
What's teletherapy?
Teletherapy is mental health counseling and support offered via video chat.
Why would I need to do that?
There's a lot going on in the world right now. It's confusing and chaotic and conflicting, and it has a toll on our students. Speaking to a mental health counselor allows them the abilities to balance their own personal stressors while also meeting their academic responsibilities. It's a unique space. It's a non-biased, non-judgmental, and confidential space for them to discuss any issues they're facing.
But does teletherapy even work?
Yes. Overall, the research shows that teletherapy is just as effective as traditional face-to-face counseling in a variety of circumstances.
And is it safe?
Yes, the Student Health Center uses a HIPAA-encrypted Zoom account to ensure a secure connection for its students.
What if I live with roommates or family members? How can they ensure that I have the privacy?
Counselors will work with dedication and commitment to support students in creating privacy, whether it is through the use of a safe word or in finding a quiet area in the home, like the bathroom or in the car.
How much do these services cost?
Nothing. Services are free because it's covered by your student health fee.
All right, cool. So is it only available in English?
Sessions are available in multiple languages. Please reach out to find out about our language options.
Okay, so how would I know if teletherapy is necessarily a good fit for my specific needs?
You can visit us at the Student Health Center's website and make sure you click on the Mental Health Counseling tab so you can request an easy and simple phone call consultation with one of our counselors.
Students can also be connected to supportive community referrals to ensure basic needs are being met, such as food, housing, and healthcare, and to learn more about the different virtual support groups that are being offered by the department. Staying connected with peers now is more important than ever.
What if I have questions about COVID-19 or another medical related issue?
The Student Health Center is also students' first stop for their physical health needs. We too have transitioned to the virtual world and are now offering telephone consultations and telemedicine services. Covered by your student health fee, these services are free and confidential for all City College students.
While you're on the Student Health Center's website, make sure to check out the tab for the Student Health Clinic. There you'll find the most up-to-date information related to COVID-19. There you will also be able to request a consultation with a nurse practitioner or a physician. This will give you the opportunity to explore any physical health symptoms you might be experiencing.
So spread the word. Please let your students and any friends or family you have at City College know about these invaluable resources.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We hope to hear from you soon.
So hopefully that helps to answer any questions that students may have. It's a lot of information in one small video, but I think the most important thing that I've heard you mentioned earlier, Lori, is just asking for help, recognizing those signs when you're becoming overwhelmed. For me, sometimes it's like tension in my shoulder, or I have some racing thoughts, and I know that I need to put my mental health first. And that would be a really good time to reach out. I'll also share my screen once more to show you how to navigate our website. So this is the mental health side of the house. So you could even Google mental health San Diego City College. This link will pop up, and then it'll have a link to make an appointment and talk to a counselor. So you simply scroll down, fill out this form to complete a consultation, request a consultation. And you'll provide your name and your phone number and the time that you would like for it to be reached, and a counselor will reach out to you at that time. So it's really that simple, and there's really no problem too small to talk to a counselor about. These are really, it's a unique experience that you get all of these services for absolutely no cost to you. And in addition to the individual, we do offer couple and family therapy. So if you are, like many people, struggling to navigate being stuck at home, safe at home with a partner or a family member, and maybe the communication has been negatively impacted and you're just kind of feeling tension, or you want to learn how to fight better, which is a real goal, you can bring that person in at no additional cost. They don't even need to be a city student as long as you are. So we are here for you. We also offer weekly groups, or I guess now we're doing bi-weekly or monthly groups. But you can visit the same website and go to events and outreach tab, and we'll have an updated list on our ongoing groups. They are also being held virtually, so it'll be on a Zoom link with other peers. So even though we're alone together. So that's kind of nice. And then if you want to click this link here, student health link, this is where was mentioned, you can request a consultation with a healthcare provider for any physical health related issues that you're having. So that's a lot of information. Lori, you think I covered everything?
Oh, that was a great presentation, Abby. I wanted to piggyback on and kind of emphasize something really important. And that was the cost for mental health services and for health services are very expensive in the real world. And that a true benefit of being a student at San Diego City College is that these services are free. And I wanted to emphasize that if you're experiencing relationship problems with anybody in your life, that they can come to these sessions to work with, your very skilled, highly skilled counselors there and get help. And so can I, how many sessions? Is there a cap on the sessions?
Yeah,
Is it a
great
one-time thing?
question. There's no cap. So what we do is we follow a short-term model. We are limited with our staffing, and there's many city students. So we do try to find a short-term, follow a short-term model, which is essentially getting in there, stabilizing you, and then referring you out into the community. It's very skills-based. We teach you some skills. There might be some homework, hopefully homework that you enjoy that makes you feel better. And typically sessions may run once. Sometimes students come one time, they need to vent, they need a safe space to share something. They actually feel better. They're given some resources and we don't see them again. Other times students require longer term. So we may see them through the semester or even if when appropriate through the academic year. So there's no limit, but we do follow that short term. So if you came in and it was clear or evident that you needed longer term or specialized care in the then we would find you that referral in the community. So we would sit with you, make that referral with you, and make sure that you're getting the care that you need if it's not with us.
Yeah, I think that's just really that's phenomenal, and I want to I guess touch students who are new or returning. You might think that reaching out and asking for help, how can we take the stigma, the negative stigma from mental health when I think we can all say that we are using it, especially during these times when we're feeling alone and isolated and don't know. So sometimes our own fears or the noise in our head gets in the way. What would be if you could tell a student that is on the fence about whether or not they should try it, because they might talk themselves out of it, saying like, oh well, so and so said I'm weak if I do this, or you can't help, you got to help yourself. How would you encourage a student to overcome that, to just reach out?
Absolutely, great question and so relevant. We do hear that a lot. And it's real, and I want to recognize it and say that that's okay and understandable. We are taught things from a young age, whether by our culture or by our family, people we grow up around, messages that we hear in advertisements and social media, and they shape us. And I think it takes a lot of bravery and courage to unlearn some of that messaging that's not helpful and not true. I mean, I can't think of anything more brave or courageous than recognizing that you need help and asking for it. And so I kind of want people to start challenging the idea that asking for help is weak, when really asking for help is very brave. And there are people that want to help you, and everyone needs help. Counselors have counselors. It's not like there's something wrong with you to have to see a counselor or to see a therapist. It is the same way that we exercise and go to the doctor and eat healthy, or we try to eat healthy to take care of our physical health. There are things that we need to do to take care of our mental health as well. And speaking privately to a counselor can be one of those really amazing things to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I thank you so much for all the heart and the spirit that you give to our students, you and the department. And I wish you all a great new semester and Happy New Year. Abby, thanks for coming today, and thanks for the great presentation.
Thanks to you too, Lori. Good luck with the semester, everyone.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. So we're going to go ahead and there she is, our next presenter. I'd like to introduce to you Sasha Knox, and she is our job placement services and job coordinator at San Diego City College, and so much more. But Sasha, I'll go ahead and hand it over to you, and thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to attempt to share my screen. It may be black for a moment. It is for me. I think that my internet is having a hard time keeping up this morning. But good morning and thank you for having me. Hopefully this loads soon for us. My name is Sasha Knox and I'm the Job Placement Coordinator, Case Manager for San Diego City College. It is my honor to be here. Thank you so much, Lori. And today I'm just gonna represent the Transfer and Career Center for us today, if my presentation decides to get it together. And in the Transfer and Career Center, we really think of ourselves as the transitional office. This is something that you could either combine transfer and career. You could be only interested in transfer. You could be only interested in career. Either way, we do have services and support for you. In our regular world, we're located in the A building on campus. Virtually, you can always reach us at CityTran at sdccd.edu. It looks like it's still not loading. Okay, perfect. Here we go now. I was like, please don't do this to me. Okay. So our office is responsible for all things transfer and then all things career. So for on the transfer side of the house, we do transfer workshops. You'll see university reps that are actually happening live this week, even in a virtual environment. For the career development side of the house, we're interested in all phases of your career and professional development. And so that could be resume building and getting the information out to employers. That can mean I have absolutely no clue what I want to do with my major, so please help. That could mean actual on-site, so you're absolutely ready and you're willing to meet employers now today. And so we have, just as we have on-site university reps coming to our office virtually, we have on-site virtual recruitment events. So employers like Intuit, NIWIC, SPA, all of the big employees that you're interested in hiring with, we have the opportunity for them to meet you face-to-face and actually do on-site hiring. And then we have some information on the slide about what our technical office can assist with that I'll kind of skip over because we're not in a place and environment to where we could physically see each other as we would hope. So in terms of the Transfer and Career Center, again, my name is Sasha Knox. I'm the Job Placement Coordinator, and it is my pleasure to really help you identify and land a role of your dreams. I've been doing this work for about 10 years, and then on the screen, I don't want to focus too much on me. I want you to focus on those lovely, bright faces in our office. All of those individuals ensure to assist you with all stages of your development. I really want to make clear that we were all students at one time. We don't all have the answers. And so it is 100% okay to email us any question you may have. From I have absolutely no clue what this major even means, or I don't even know, what campuses even have this major, or what in the world is a career? What's the difference between a job and a career? All of those answers we have in-house, and there is no such thing as a wrong question. There is no shame in our office. We have absolutely, we're family friendly, as you can see by my coworkers keep popping in the background. We're here to really assist you at all levels and stages of your development. So I'll start off by talking about transfer, and I put down transfer 101 because again, that's what our office truly does. We make sure that we go ahead and we do all stages of the process with you. And so you really want to start this process by thinking about your major and your career now. Some of the most heartbreaking information is when students come into our office believing that they're going to transfer within, transfer within the next couple weeks and they've missed all the deadlines. And so you really want to make sure that you start this process about a year in advance from actually transferring to the university that you're interested in. Have those conversations with the university reps. Actually begin the process. Be aware of the deadlines, because the last thing that we want is for you to have an entire plan and package in your head, but nothing worked out on the back end to support you in that process. I'm not going to focus too much on the dates. The next couple of slides, I'll get to that part. A couple of slides reference dates. These are the way in which you want to stay in touch with that information is to email our office. As you can imagine, things with COVID and with the pandemic is really evolving and changing our world over time. So a lot of the dates and a lot of what our norms are evolving at this time. So dates are sometimes flexible and sometimes not, right? We see processes changing. And so you really want to stay in tune with our office, and I'll talk about how to do that in just a moment. I want to talk about really briefly some guaranteed transfer agreements. So things like TAG, ULink, and ADT or HBCU guaranteed transfer. These are all separate programs that guarantee your admittance with the school that we have relationships with. So each one of these guaranteed transfer agreements kind of have different stipulations, different campuses, and different goals in mind. Again, I cannot warn you enough to definitely email our office, make an appointment with a transfer counselor, make an appointment with someone in our office to really say, hey, I'm thinking about doing humanities in the future, and this is my end goal. And we can recommend one of those programs for you. We can recommend one of these transfer agreements, and we can also verify that at the time of the recommendation, that you're on target for hitting all those milestones. Because again, the last thing that we want to see is you go, okay, I'm ready to transfer in spring, and then you don't have all of the recommended steps. So these transfer agreements, again, are specific relationships with those campuses to guarantee you a spot in admittance. If you're in an ADT, you know it right now, right? You enrolled in your program as an ADT, but some of these, like the HBCU graduate transfer agreement, and welcome to Black History Month, folks, is something that may not be set in stone right away. Those are agreements that we do in-house with the campuses, and so you have to notify us of that. So I always take a moment in my presentation to talk about additional resources for UCs. Transferring to a UC campus is absolutely, for me, it was a dream until I saw the sticker price of what it would cost for what my family and would have to sacrifice to send me to a UC school, and I kind of ran the other way. And there was no one really at any stages and levels of my development to talk about some of these additional resources and funding that is out there for specific schools, especially the UC system. And so I always talk about this in my presentation so that you're not like me and misinformed and kind of don't go after your dreams fully. There's a couple different grants and scholarships that are on my screen. The biggest thing that I want to say is that if you are applying to a UC school and you know that in your heart that you want to do this, apply to these scholarships anyway. We have students come back and say, I got this scholarship and I wasn't even a part of their target population, but I got it because I was the only one that applied, right? And so you never want to turn away any type of opportunity, and this is your chance to do so. Here's just a couple examples. We have pages and pages and pages of more opportunities for you once we know what you would like to do. So again, you want to email citytran@sdccd.edu so that we can make sure to match your target potential to those resources. Here's some information about the transfer basic information. Again, this is where I'm not going to go too much into the weeds about the deadlines because a lot of them within our new environment are fluid. The main thing is that I want you to be aware of is, number one, make sure that you're planning this process at least a year ahead. So if this is your first year, you really want to start talking about this process and thinking about this process now, right? We always think that transfer and career comes at the absolute end of our programs. It does not. It needs to come at the beginning. You have to understand where you're going and roadmap how to get there, and our office can absolutely help with that. The second thing that I want you to be aware of is that the Transfer and Careers office is on YouTube. We are YouTube official. And so every question that you may have, we've thought of and we've made a video for it. We try to make our videos kind of succinct and short, but YouTube, the Transfer Basics video is going to give you kind of that preliminary checklist so that when you go into your first appointment, you have some things in your back pocket to talk to with your advisor. There is nothing worse than feeling like I want to meet with someone, but I don't even know what in the world to say. I don't know what to ask, and I don't want to feel silly. And so we've kind of outlined and mapped out some of those processes for you on the front end. Now, this is my favorite part of the presentation as the job placement coordinator. Let's talk about all things job and career. So I want to make you aware of our job board, which is listed at sdcity.edu/job network. I know we're in a live presentation, but when you hop off, go back and catch the recording and catch that link because this is your one-stop shop for all things career for our office. This is where you're going to be able to join our job board. And even if you're not searching for a job today, it's perfectly fine, still join the job board. The job board gives you access to our monthly newsletter. It gives you access and information to employers that may be looking to hire an immediate fill. And it also gives you information about our transfer side of the house as well. And so this is your one-stop shop, especially in a world where we can't walk around the campus, we can't pass out flyers. This is our greatest way to kind of get in contact with you and host some of that information. In addition to that, This slide says 450. I checked last night. We have over 900 campus employers. That means that I have direct relationships to them. Instead of applying for something like on Indeed or Monster, if you apply to these positions, I get notified and I can reach out to that recruiter and say, hey, Lori, Lori applied last week. Are you guys even hiring for this position still? Is there any feedback that I can give to Lori? Is there any way to put Lori's name at the top of the list, right? And so I can have those direct conversations with those employers versus an Indeed. You apply on Monday, you hear something back 6 to 9 months later, and sometimes it's a no, right? Especially in this environment. And so make sure that, and I have direct access to that. So make sure that you join this job board, especially if you're looking at any type of jobs. Now we're really amping up our efforts for virtual positions. So that means that you have the ability to work from home. And then we also have in-person opportunities. The job board is amazing because it's not just for you. If your family needs assistance, if others need assistance, we have access for students, alumni, and community members. And so you as a student will go ahead and click that first button. You'll register with your CSID number. But if you know someone really struggling, we are here for holistic support. Our campus is all about social justice, and I'm committed to that effort. And so definitely get the resources that you need. Definitely join our job board, at least for the information. And for nothing else, do it for the information. I promise you it's worth it. That's what it looks like when you're in there. And then lastly, career development assistance. Again, I cannot stress enough. There's no such thing as a bad question. I remember when I started my major, I was in love with my major, but I had no clue what that meant, what I was going to do after I was done. I love school, but then the time comes to an end and it was like, now I got to be an adult. What does that mean? So come and get the assistance that you need, whether you've never written a resume before, whether you're just ready, you just want to have a couple questions for your interview. If you have absolutely no clue what a career may be, make sure that we have all the answers for you in our office by just emailing citytran@sdccd.edu. Here are some of the employers that are coming up in our office. Again, really big heavy hitters to ensure that you have the information that you need to move forward. And then lastly, this is my last beg and plead to follow us on social media. This is how you're going to get the latest and greatest information, especially in our new virtual reality. I always recommend follow us on Instagram first and foremost, because that's where we have most of the information come out. But definitely hit that, as my 6-year-old says, hit that like button on our YouTube page. Subscribe so that you know all of our videos that come out. And then as always, you feel free to email us. My personal email information is up there, but as well as citytran@sdccd.edu for all of your career and transfer needs. I'm going to stop sharing at this time. Lori, do you have any questions for me?
You really covered a lot of information. Thank you so much for that comprehensive overview of your transfer and career services. Thank you so much for your commitment to our students. Since you arrived on our campus, I don't even know if it's been a year yet because time is flying, but you've really done some really terrific things as a job developer on our campus. So congratulations on that success, and thank you for all you do for our students, Sasha. I hope you have a wonderful new semester. Happy New Year and happy Black History Month as well.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's go ahead and go into our next presenter. I'd like to introduce Dr. Adan Sanchez. And he's here to talk about our severe intercultural centers. And I'll let you take it from here, Dr. Sanchez. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me and sharing a little bit about our work here at City College. Again, my name is Adan Sanchez, and I serve as the Title V Activity Director. Title V is really the designation that we have as a City College, where we are committed to the success of Latino, Latina, Latinx, Chicana, Chicanx students, the overall student success inside and outside of the classroom. But of course, because we do a lot of intersectional work in terms of our students' identities, I wanted to share a little bit about the different spaces that we have on campus. So I'll share my screen now. All right. So again, we have the SUVIR Intercultural Centers. SUVIR is an acronym for Students Uplifted by Instructional Reform, is what we have in terms of this Title V grant. And that's the framework that we work around. And so here's an image of the different spaces that, yes, we have the physical spaces and we're still developing them, but also, we're developing the virtual spaces because of distance learning and, remote student services. So as you can see here, start on the left side, we have our Dreamer Resource Center, which primarily focuses on the undocumented student population. And I'll share more about that one in a future slide because that one's been open the longest and it has a lot more developed services than the others. We also have our Pride Hub, which focuses on supporting our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer plus communities. We have our Women's Hub that focuses on supporting and uplifting our students who identify as women. And then we have our formerly incarcerated student space. And so we're talking about how do we better support this population. And then we do have also a hub that focuses on STEM, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, fields. And how do we, again, intersect that with the cultural components of our student population. And then we have lastly our M Hub, which is in partnership with Associated Students Government. And we're going to get the ball rolling on that one in terms of some of the efforts that we want to do specifically around those in partnership with Associated Students, but also with some of the ideas that we have in relation to the other centers and hubs. Again, we're just getting, started in the last months we have some faculty, staff, and students who have been helping us put these spaces together right now, virtual spaces. We do have some social media information. As you can see, the Dreamer Center already has a website and social media information through Instagram. For the other ones, we're using one account to kind of capture everyone, but we are going to ask people to follow different hashtags. It's a way to keep track of what information you want from the different hubs, so that you can get that information directly. And then, again, I want to highlight the Dreamer Resource Center because it's the most developed. It's been open for a little bit over 2 years. And really, we want to make sure that we continue to provide opportunities, even now virtually, to engage, support, and empower the undocumented students in our community overall, as we also have supported and will continue to support not just our students, but some family members as well. So we do offer one-on-one appointments with our counselor, Noel Puga. He does, these appointments with students who can provide academic, career, and even personal counseling. He's great in that, being able to balance those topics within the same session because he understands, and we understand that this is a holistic approach of supporting our students. Through these counseling sessions, you can also be referred to free legal consultations on immigration services for you and your families. So it is important to have that information as well, especially as students are, completing the California DREAM Act application, or they want to pursue a DACA application. And so now that we're working remotely, and we'll continue to work remotely for the rest of the academic year, we continue to offer different events via Zoom. Some of them are on Healing Circles, where we have, our counselor Noel Puga, again, being able to engage with you and empower you in a way that, we're going to connect as a community, connect with each other in terms of, understanding what does it mean to be undocumented, or what does it mean to be part of a mixed family, a mixed status family in relation to maybe you as a student are not undocumented, but maybe a family member is, and having the concern and worries of that situation. Also, we do offer some wellness workshops in partnership with our Student Health Center and our wellness counselors. And so we'll have those, it's a monthly series that we have, and it's open to anyone, being able to demystify some of the perceptions about seeking, mental health support. So we're trying to really, offer that, especially right now in the pandemic and the extra challenges that it means to be a student, at this point of time. And then we also are going to be offering some virtual office hours for the Dreamer Resource Center and our other hubs. And so there'll be more information around that through our social media and websites. So that again, we do a lot of communication via email and social media, but of course we continue to hear that students just want to pick up the phone or just want to meet with someone. And so we're working on those pieces so that we can offer that on a weekly basis. And also we do offer some specialized workshops for undocumented students and allies. So we'll have more information about those. We've offered ally trainings in the past, and then also we're going to be doing some uplifting programs and workshops in relation to career development, actually in partnership with Sasha, who you all just heard. And then also in May, we're actually going to be hosting a virtual conference for undocumented students as a district. So this will be a partnership with Miramar, Mesa College, and of course our new name, San Diego College of Continuing Education. And so it'll be a partnership because we also understand that our students, travel from campus to campus. And so we want to make sure that we share that collaboration for our students. And that's all I have. I don't know if, Lori, you have any questions for me or anything else?
First of all, just thank you so much for that wonderful information, and congratulations on doing so much work with the cultural centers on campus, because other than the first one, the other ones have happened under your leadership, and I think you've just been here under a year, or I don't know if it's even been that long yet, because time just is flying. But you're to be commended on all the great work you're doing. Something that crossed my mind was a few conversations I have with students, and so maybe you could help to demystify. Some students had that some of our undocumented and Dreamer students were afraid to go to the Dreamer Resource Center or make an appointment with the counselor for immigration consultations and things of that nature, because they thought that they would be identified as such, and that our college police, which they don't do, would contact ICE and they would be removed. And that is something I'd just love for you to talk about, how we're a sanctuary district in college, so that students who may have any reservations can know with certainty.
Yeah, that's a great question, and definitely something that we try to work on very diligently. I mean, of course, we're not on campus right now, so it's a little bit different, but our center, the physical space on campus, once we're able to be back on campus, students, faculty, staff are always coming in and out of the space. It's really a place to hang out, in between classes, study, and it's welcoming of everyone, not just undocumented students. So when students are coming in, we're not asking them to identify themselves in that way. And similarly, when they meet with our counselor Noel Puga, it's in the same way. They meet for different reasons. He of course focuses primarily on undocumented students, but there is, of course, sometimes students who are not undocumented or Dreamer or anything in that spectrum come in, and because they're coming with a friend or they see the space and they ask what we do. And of course, if Noel is available and he's there in space, he's not going to turn anyone away. And so he's always meeting with a lot of other students, prospective students. So there's a lot of different reasons why students, faculty, and staff are in the space. And that's what we're going to be doing with all of the different spaces. Just because, it's the Pride Hub or the Women's Hub doesn't mean that you have to be identified in those as part of those identities to walk into the space and take advantage of the services that we offer. We just want to create those physical and right now virtual spaces to ensure that we're providing, that message that, we validate these identities that our students have, and we understand that they also influence how you come into college, with those identities, and that experience college based on those identities and make the difference.
Thank you so much for that. I can't reiterate enough that all these spaces are safe spaces. They're brave spaces. So just wanted to reiterate that message to our new and returning students. And just thank you so much for the comprehensive overview of all of the different intercultural hubs or resource centers that we have on campus. Thank you for your diligence and the great work that you're doing, Adon. Continued success to you. Happy New Year and have a great semester.
Thank you, Lori, for having me.
Thank you for coming. Take care. All right, so our next presenter has arrived, and I'd like to introduce to you a colleague and friend. This is Miriam Mena, and she is with our CalWorks department. So I'm going to spotlight you there. I'm working to do that. There we go. So without further ado, this is Miriam Mena, and I will give the floor to you.
Thank you so much, Lori. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Miriam Mena. I am the CalWorks Counselor Coordinator at San Diego City College, and I also coordinate a program called City Women Rock. I am going to go ahead and share my screen so I can share with you the presentation that I have. So if you are a parent or you have a friend who is a parent who's in college, or a friend, a family member who is a parent who is not in college, please, please, please listen up. This is the perfect presentation for you. Our program serves parents who are enrolled in school and who are also receiving cash aid. This is our phone number, 619-800-3875, 619-800-3875. Write it down, save it, and give it to somebody that you know that could be interested in this program. So what is CalWorks? CalWorks provides cash aid and services for eligible families. The objective is to be able to provide parents with everything and anything that they may need in order to help them achieve an education. And that education in return will help them get lucrative employment and become self-sufficient for themselves and for their families. Although we partner with social services, CalWorks at City College is not social services. We are 100% affiliated with the college. Our program supports students through completion, through transfer to four-year universities, job placement, and self-sufficiency. Our students end up earning more than any other student. The reason being is there's an opportunity to receive cash aid, which could be potentially about $900 per month, depending on your family size. There are opportunities to earn CalFresh, which is normally formerly known as food stamps. And then we have financial aid, depending on how many units you're enrolled in. And we have a wonderful work-study program where you are able to work part-time with the college and receive income that is not going to count against your earned income. So what's the eligibility? You must be receiving cash aid. If you are not receiving cash aid and you need help with the process, no problem, contact our office. We have county workers who are offering workshops twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, and they can help you throughout the entire process. You also have to be enrolled at San Diego City College or within the district. You do not need to be enrolled full-time. You can be enrolled in 1 unit or 12 units. We don't have any minimum or maximum. And the CalWorks program eligibility is for 48 months. Good news is that starting May 2022, that eligibility is going to increase to 60 months. So you can earn an associate's degree, you can earn a bachelor's degree within that time while still receiving all of these wonderful services. And what are these amazing services that I speak of? First and foremost, absolutely, I'm going to be biased because I am a counselor, counseling services. We help with academic counseling, career counseling, personal counseling. We help provide you with all of the necessary paperwork that you may need for the county. We provide student success workshops, and we have a lot of fun in our workshops. Priority registration, we know for parents, your schedule revolves around your children's schedule. So you definitely need to ensure that you have first pick at your classes. And that's something that you're going to receive by joining the CalWorks program. We help you with your financial aid documents. Student advocacy basically means we got your back. If there's anything going on and you need help resolving any issues, we're right there for you, navigating those challenges with you. Ancillary requests, so through the county, you're able to receive paid childcare. You receive all of your required material for school is paid for. So any book money that you need, any other material that you may need, you receive a health fee waiver. You get transportation assistance, meaning you can have a bus pass or gas cards every month. So anything and everything that you need to help you get through school, you will qualify for through CalWORKs. And once again, that work study program, that really important work experience and opportunity to earn the extra income. On the CalWORKs social services side, you are able to receive paid mental health counseling for as long as that you may need it. You're able to receive Medi-Cal, and again, that childcare and school expenses. So really, whatever it is that you'll need to get you through school. How do we change lives? Well, besides being here as a friendly face, having a great community, being able to be part of one of the best teams I've ever worked with, there's research that's been done, and there are some statistics that I want to share with you all. 100% of CalWORKs recipients who receive a 4-year degree no longer ever end up needing to be on cash aid. 85% of CalWORKs recipients who receive an associate's degree no longer end up being on cash aid. So you could see we're definitely making a difference. Enrolling in this program absolutely can help lead towards your success. And that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Miriam. I think the impact, your presentation overall, what I didn't realize until that last slide was how impactful the CalWORKs program is for our students in terms of, getting them, to go through higher education, to have a career, so that they don't have to rely on public assistance any longer. So it really does make them very independent. And so congratulations on all the great work that you're doing in CalWORKs, and I appreciate the wonderful overview today, and I appreciate all the great work that you're doing there. I hope you have a great semester, Miriam, and I will see you tomorrow virtually.
You as well. Thank you.
Take care. Have a great day. Our next presenter here she's arrived, and I'd like to introduce to you Kelly Matthews. Kelly, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is exciting, and I appreciate being here, and I've enjoyed listening to the other presenters.
Me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know our students are really getting a lot out of it, and just seeing, your virtual personalities respectively, they're getting a feel of who City College is. So thank you so much for coming and bringing this wonderful energy.
Well, thank you. And I'm just so glad to be able to interact with our students, even in this unusual way, right? We are still here, and we want to be able to interact with our students in as much as we're able in this remote format. So happy to talk to everyone about English and ELAC. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to start out by sharing my screen. And what I decided to do was really share my screen and show you our website, because I want you to be able to navigate back to the things that I'm talking to you about today. So let me get started with that. And again, my name is Kelly Matthews, and I am faculty in English and ELAC. ELAC stands for English Language Acquisition. And I'm also our work-based learning coordinator. So I'm just thrilled to be able to talk to all of you today. I know that sometimes coming into a community college or any institution and deciding which courses to take, which ones are right for you, can be daunting, right? We have all been there. I've been there myself. And so we want to make this process easier. So I'm going to be talking to you about ELAC primarily today, so English language acquisition, but I'd like to orient you by talking to you about the English classes that you have at your disposal and you might start out by taking. So you can see what I've done here is I brought you to our San Diego City College web page for the English department. So you can navigate back to this or you can look through it with me now. This is our English department web page. Let me start by just recommending you watch our delightful welcome video. It was a lot of fun to make, and I hope that you get a kick out of it because we certainly did. So I encourage you to watch our English department video. You might see some of your future professors on there. If you scroll down, one of the first things that you're going to see is our English options. So when you're deciding which courses to take, you essentially are going to start out with some very distinct options, and we try to make that easy and clear for you. Let's say you're coming in and you are just not really convinced that you're ready for standard freshman composition, so English 101. You're really not sure you're ready for a transfer level class. English was not always your jam, and you feel like you're going to need some extra support on the way. You feel like a pre-transfer English course might be the right fit for you. We have that. That is English 47A. So you'll see that on the left-hand side of my screen, English 47A. It's a 4-unit course. You would take it prior to taking our transfer level English 101 or potentially English 105. This is a wonderful course. I've taught it myself. It's one of my favorites. It provides you with that additional bit of scaffolding and support on your way to taking a freshman composition level class. Now, let's say you feel like you're ready for a transfer level course. You know, English maybe isn't your jam, but you feel like you could probably do it, but you might need a little bit of additional support nonetheless. We have another class for you. That's our English 101X. This is a transfer level course, and that's really important for you to know. So this is a transfer level course, but it provides you with 2 additional units specifically of support. So if you haven't always had that support and you feel like you need that extra nudge and that additional bit of support, English 101X is a fantastic course for you. Now, let's say English is your jam. You've been doing this for a while. You are an avid reader. You feel like you're ready to just dive in and you have all the additional support that you need in your life. Wonderful. English 101 transfer level is the course for you. All 3 of these options are available to you. So again, English 47A with that extra support. It's a pre-transfer class, but on your way to English 101, then English 101X, which is English 101 with additional support, and then your standard transfer level English 101. All of these are options for you. And of course, we have tons of other wonderful, delightful English courses that we hope to see you in at some point. But these are really what we want to orient you toward in the beginning. Okay, now let's say you are a non-native speaker of English, but you have been studying and learning English for many years. You are likely fluent or largely fluent in English, but you're still not 100% sure if these are the right classes for you. Okay, no problem. We have something else for you, possibly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the top of our English website. And I'm going to suggest you click on the ELAC or ESL. So ELAC, again, is English language acquisition, and ESL, English as a second language. I'm going to suggest you click on this tab, and I'm going to strongly encourage you to really go through it. Lots of incredible information about not only our faculty, but the types of courses we offer. Really just I think an easy website to navigate and lots of important information for you to help you get to know us and what we are doing. And I know as a student, that was always important to me. I wanted to know who the people were who were teaching my classes, the types of things they did, what they cared about. A couple things you'll notice, and I'll talk about this more in a moment, but one of the first things you're going to see is if you're interested in taking ELAC classes, and I'll tell you how you're going to navigate that in a moment, but you can contact our ELAC department chair at any time. She's wonderful. Her name is Jen Boots. You can see her email is here. She's incredibly responsive. So if you have questions, you're not sure if ELAC is right for you, she's a great person to contact. You can also see that we have a variety of information sessions. If you come to one of those, you might see my face or you might see the face of another one of our ELAC professors, and we can answer your questions and talk to you about our courses and program. But if you're still not convinced, and in fact, you should probably get started here, if you're not really sure if ELAC is right for you versus starting out in, say, English 47A or English 101X, we try to make it easy for you to navigate. We recommend that you get started here. So we make this as obvious as we can for you. We know you have a lot going on. And you get started here by, of course, applying for San Diego City College. You've probably done that already at this point. You've watched the online orientation video, and then you take, and this is how you're going to decide whether ELAC is right for you, you're going to take the online self-guided placement. And what that will do is it will tell you where we think you would place in English language acquisition if you speak a language other than English in the home, or if you learned English as a second or third or even fourth language. Now, what's important to know about ELAC is we're not basic skills, we're not vocational English. So this is for those of you who are non-native speakers of English, but are proficient and want to improve that on your way to taking something like English 101X or English 101. So if you are a non-native speaker of English, if you are a multilingual learner and you're not sure, take the placement test so you can decide if ELAC is right for you. If you take the placement test, and let's say we place you into ELAC 145 or ELAC 33 or ELAC 35, you're not obligated to take those classes. You still have the option to take something like English 47A, 101X, or 101. But this will help you decide whether these are the right courses for you and where you would have placed if these courses are going to help you on your academic and professional journey. So take the online self-guided placement. It certainly can't hurt if you're a non-native speaker of English. And if anything, even if you decide to go directly into English, it will help you orient yourself and understand where you might have been placed. We have some wonderful educational planning videos. You can meet with a counselor. You can click here to register for your classes. So lots of really wonderful information here. You can see photos from our classes. As I mentioned, you can meet your professors here, but I also want to show you just quickly before I sign off the actual ELAC classes that we offer. So you can see the types of things that we would have for you if you are a non-native speaker of English. These are our core courses. We do have some elective courses that run, but our core courses you can see here across the top, and you can see there's a really broad range. So we have everything from listening, speaking, writing, reading, and grammar. So these again are going to be courses that prepare you to take other more advanced academic English and writing courses in the future. I will end it there because I hope that you have enough information to navigate back to the website and to find the things that you need here. Again, you can find our ELAC website by going to the English website, or you can find our English website by going to ELAC. Either way, I think the moral of the story is we're happy to have you in either program, but if you are a non-native speaker of English, we strongly encourage you to take a look at our courses, a look at the website, and take the self-guided placement so that you can decide if it's the right course for you. You are not going to be required to take one of those courses if you place into them, but it gives you a good option. And I think that's it. I look forward to seeing you in our classes soon.
Kelly, thank you so much for that great overview, because I learned something new, and that is about the assessment that allows you to make a decision without being locked into something that you may not want. And so I didn't even know that that was an option.
Right. I think it's so nice in that it helps students orient themselves. Sometimes they're just not sure, is this going to be the right fit for me? And it's hard to know that. You see a list of courses in front of you. You haven't done this before. You're new to it. This gives you some way of gauging where you might best fit, but then making your own decision, right? You know your life and your needs and what you have going on. So you get to make that decision on your own.
So may I ask another question? Because if I'm a new student and I've gone through the new student orientation, there is an assessment, right, that you take that you are kind of locked in to. How do they know about this particular English assessment before they take the other English assessment, which, doesn't have the flexibility for them to, let's say, they test at a lower, like a non-transfer level, then they are then locked in, I think, for a year or two to that. Or can you just talk about that a little bit, how they can find out about that?
Well, what I would say is I think the best thing to do either way is take the assessment, because then what happens is as soon as you've taken the self-placement, our self-placement, that information will come directly to us. And then we reach out to you and contact you and help you make that decision. The decision is still yours, but we can help you with that, right? We can help you not just with the registration process, but figure out sort of the pipeline, if you will, your journey, what your pathway is going to look like. So my suggestion is, rather than get into the weeds and make it feel complicated for students, take that ELAC placement test. It can't hurt. You're not locked in. And then we will reach out to you and help you figure out which courses to take in sort of which trajectory to follow, if you will.
Do you know if that is something that is like that information is offered in the orientation for new students? If not, it just seems like it would be a great idea.
Yeah, I don't actually know, to be honest with you. I can find out and I can let you know. I would assume that information is available to students. And I see a note here from Jen Boots, our department chair, who again is wonderful.
Hi, Jen.
Jen is here. But she is incredibly receptive and she's been doing this for a while. So if you're not sure, and if you're not even sure if you should take the placement test because you already did another assessment, reach out to her and she can help you with that. So we're very receptive and we're very hands-on in the department, and it's important to us that we're able to work with all of our students and make it work for them.
And I appreciate that so much because, and hi Jen, thanks so much for joining us. But I did want to say that I was reading in the chat that, that by contacting you, you can walk them through what a challenge, right? Mm-hmm. So, because sometimes when students come in to take the assessment, in my experience, like they weren't really prepared or didn't take it seriously enough. And they're like, oh, well, wait a minute. Now, I took honors courses in English in high school. So, but it was that, I guess, the attitude of like, oh, this is not really going to matter to me in which courses and what my educational plan might look like for me. So it's good to know that there's, hi, Jen.
Can I actually jump in real quick?
Yes,
I'm so sorry. It's super loud because my child's watching a movie for his class. So I'm going to step outside, but it's raining.
Online
so just so you know, there actually isn't a test anymore. That's not how students are placed. It's basically for the English placement. It will ask a series of questions about their academic history and then give them a 30, a 40, or a 50. And if they have a 30, then it recommends 101X. If they have a 40, it recommends 101X. But they have the option of just taking 101. And if they score a 50, if they get a 50 based on their academic history, then it recommends 101. And for ELAC, if you go in and you take that placement, it will actually let you know too, like, we don't think ELAC is right for you. Go ahead and take the placement assessment. We actually recommend that you go directly into English. And that happens a lot where students will actually get recommended for English, but they don't feel comfortable enough going right into 101 or 101X. So they then will oftentimes take 145, ELAC 145, which is a transferable course. So they're also getting that UC credit for it. And the ELAC placement, it's not a test either. It's a self-guided placement where you listen to some recordings, you read some writings, and then you determine like what your level of understanding and what your comfort is. So it's not tests anymore.
Oh, that's great to know. Thank you so much for updating me. I'm sure with a lot of other people, I didn't realize that. I remember going to City College and then also giving those assessment tests to our Garfield High School students and some of our other high school feeder programs. So that's really good information to know, and it's absolutely great information that our students can use. Right. So
Not scary, not a test. Place.
No,
Right?
yes.
It's about fit and where you're comfortable, and so we want to provide you with that information.
Thank you so much, Kelly and Jen. I thank you both for coming today, and I wish you both a terrific semester. Happy New Year, and have a great semester.
Thank you. You as well. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you so much. Take care. Thanks for coming. Okay, our final presenter is here today, a young lady from our Promise program, who I've seen, tremendously grow in her job. And so I'd like to introduce Brenda Torres, and she's here to talk about our Promise program. So welcome, Brenda.
Hi, Lori. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Nice seeing you as well. And thank you everyone who is watching us right now live. My name is Brenda Torres. I'm the San Diego Promise Program Coordinator at San Diego City College. And I'm excited to talk to you guys about the San Diego Promise Program. We have new things coming up. So I'm just excited to share with you all this information. Lori, am I allowed to share my screen?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
And kind of like I mentioned, my name is Brenda Torres, but the Promise program has a big team that is here to support you, to support our incoming students and our current students. So our team currently counts with Diana Ramirez, who is our San Diego Promise counselor. So yes, the students in this Promise program get a counselor. Also, we have two amazing peer mentors that I'm going to talk more about their roles in the later slides. But basically, we have two peer mentors. One of them is Melanie Angulo. She was a former Promise student herself. Now she came back to mentoring Promise students. And we also have Miguel Galindo, who is also another of our Promise peer mentors. So let me get started with information. We hear a lot of people talk about the Promise, and it's a bit of confusion about what is the San Diego Promise program, and also if the San Diego Promise program is even for us as students. So what is the San Diego Promise program? Well, this San Diego Promise program is a 2-year completion program. And this program is designed to ensure you complete your educational goals, whether this is for you to earn a certificate of completion, complete an associate's degree, or transfer to a 4-year university. When you are a San Diego Promise student, we support you regardless of whatever your goal is. Now, why the San Diego Promise at City College? Why you want to be in our program? Well, aside from providing you up to 2 years of free tuition and health fees, we also provide you with individualized counseling and guidance support to help you complete your educational goal. And this is when our San Diego Promise counselor, Diana Ramirez, comes on. And she provides our students with walk-in appointments, which we call them drop-in sessions. We also have 1-hour appointments, which are the comprehensive educational plan. And basically, if you are a student at San Diego City College, you want to make sure you have a comprehensive educational plan so you know where you at when it comes to your major, when it comes to transferring, and all those fun things. Also, we provide you with peer mentor support, and this is to help you navigate through your educational journey at San Diego City College. We know how hard it is to start our first semester, even our second semester. We know that we are full of questions. I remember my first semester, I didn't know where to start. I feel a little bit lost, but students in the San Diego Promise program don't have to go through that. As long as you schedule an appointment with your peer mentor and you get that, you get support by scheduling the appointment with your Promise peer mentor. Our peer mentors can help you, again, registering for classes. If you have questions about what clubs are available at San Diego City College, what resources, not only in San Diego City College, but outside of San Diego City College are available. And I'm going to talk more about it. So I'm just so excited. And in addition to that, we provide you with a book grant. And this book grant is distributed based on your financial circumstances. So we use your financial aid information to determine if you are eligible for a book grant. Currently, our book grant is $200 per semester. And again, it is very important that you complete your FAFSA because that's going to help us determine if you are eligible for additional support, such as the book grant. Now, let me go to the next slide. Who can receive the San Diego Promise at San Diego City College? I'm excited because in the past, it was just for high school graduates. So now we expand our services, and this makes me super excited because now we have more students who can receive the support. So first, you must be a first-time to college student. Keep in mind, if you were a high school student who were taking college classes while you were in high school, you still consider first-time student, so you're good. You must be a class of 2021 high school graduate. If you have your school diploma or GED, that's fine. And also, if you identify with the following groups, such as former foster youth, veteran, formerly incarcerated, or undocumented, you have priority consideration into our program. And the requirements for you will be a little bit different. The only thing we ask is that you have a high school diploma and that you complete your financial aid and that you are considered a California resident. So I'm very excited for that. Also, our students must be California residents or AB 540 eligible. If you are unsure about that, I strongly encourage you to contact our admissions office. They will be able to tell you if you are a California resident or if you are AB 540 or if you are a non-resident. And if you are a non-resident, they will let you know what documents you need to bring in order to get clear. Also, kind of like I mentioned, financial aid is very important in our program. So you must complete your 21-22 financial aid application or the California Dream Act. Also, you must be prepared to enroll in a minimum of 12 units per semester. A good side note is that if you are a DSP student and you have eligible academic accommodations, you are exempt from this 12-unit requirement. Now, another thing that I have to mention, this is another plus that we add this year in the promise. Now, let's say that you are a 2020 high school graduate. Did you miss the deadline from last year and you still want to be part of the San Diego Promise program? You can. You need to apply for the San Diego Promise program as soon as possible because these spaces will be given in a first come, first serve basis. So they are limited. So I encourage you, if you are a high school 2020 graduate, that you apply as soon as possible. Don't let go of this opportunity. You're gonna receive additional support and wraparound services. Again, this is part of like how you can get started with your Promise application. Well, if you are interested, our Promise application for the 21-22 year is open now. So you can apply. Again, you want to apply as soon as possible to secure your spot. But if you are not sure, the deadline is August 23rd of 2021. So make sure that you complete that application as soon as you can. And the application, I'm going to show you where it's located and how you can find it. We have like 4 different, you can find the Promise application. So I'm going to talk about it on the next slides.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Brenda? While you're on the other slide, something came to my mind. So if I am, because you have to be a high school student, graduate, or have your GED, what if I'm going to be graduating in June? But I haven't graduated yet. Can I get on the list for the next cycle, or do I have to wait until after I graduate? Does that make sense?
Yes, and that's an excellent question, Lori, because I get a lot of students who say, well, Brenda, I don't graduate until June. And this Promise application is open for the fall 21, right? So you want to get into the Promise app, you want to complete the Promise application as soon as possible, even if you have not graduated yet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. That was a great question. Now, what is the program requirement? So after you meet the eligibility criteria, you apply to the Promise program. Now, what is it that the Promise require you for you to complete? So every semester, our students must enroll in a minimum of 12 units per semester, those semesters being fall and spring. Again, if you are a DSP student, don't worry, you are exempt from the 12 unit requirement. However, you need to send me your DSPS letter via email, and I'm gonna drop all of my information at the end of this presentation. Also, it's important that our students maintain a minimum of a 2.0 college GPA. Again, if you have questions, you can always schedule an appointment with a counselor, talk about your GPA, the importance of keeping your GPA at least to a minimum of a 2.0, and what classes you need to take. So I strongly encourage you to speak with a counselor. Then also our students are required to meet with a counselor each semester, one time per semester. And this is the part where I get a lot of questions where students ask me, can I meet with my DSPS counselor and it will count? The answer is yes. You can meet with your Promise, the SPS, EOPS, Athletics, Transfer Center, Puente Umoja, all the different counseling services that we have at San Diego City College, it counts. So you don't have to meet with EOPS counselor and then with the Promise again. It's good if you meet only with one counselor per semester, but if you want to meet with the Promise counselor as well, that's totally fine. Just want to make sure that I emphasize that if you are already meeting with a counselor with Puente, Umoja, and Transfer Center, you are good. You don't need to go in and schedule additional appointments if you don't want to. Also, our students are required to complete a campus engagement activity each semester. So the San Diego Promise program offers virtual activities. We have workshops. Last semester, we had a workshop about financial aid, imposter syndrome. We got a workshop about self-care. But keep in mind that you can also attend other activities that the campus offers, such as this Welcome Week counts. Also complete and submit a progress report each semester. We require our students to complete a progress report, and please keep in mind that this is not punitive. The reason why we ask you to complete a progress report is just so we know how can we help you better, meaning that we need to connect you with tutoring, that we need to connect you with a peer mentor. That's the whole purpose of the progress report. And lastly, we want to make sure that our students complete a comprehensive educational plan by the end of their first year in our program. And I think that's my slides, but also wanted to share with you all that the San Diego Promise website, if you are interested about applying into our program, our San Diego Promise website has tons of information. If you want to meet with us, if you want to know about the Promise program, all of that fun information is here. If you want to apply, you just have to click here to start your Promise application, and it's going to take you to the Promise application. It's a Google Doc. It's going to take you about less than 5 minutes to complete it. Just make sure that you have before you complete your Promise application, that you apply to San Diego City College first, and then you complete your FAFSA, because we're going to ask you for information about those two things in the application. Also, if you want to know who can receive the Promise program requirements, how to get started, this is the steps. If you want to meet with us, San Diego Promise offers live support Monday through Friday. And you can join us via Zoom, Mondays 2 to 4. We have all the different times and direct Zoomly, so you can just drop in and ask us questions about the Promise program. Also, if you want to request a one-on-one appointment with your Promise peer mentor, you can click in one of the two links that we have here. I love the scheduling appointment systems with the peer mentors because you can select the date that you want, usually are highlighted in blue. Then you pick your time, you confirm, you put your information, you schedule the event, and you receive your email with your Zoom meeting ID and details about your appointment. Let me keep going. And how to connect with us. Promise is heavily active on social media. We have an Instagram account, a Facebook account, a Twitter account, and you can find us at SD Promise City. We also have our phone number, which is 800-3464. We also available on WhatsApp. So you can just send us a message, an audio, a text, whatever you feel comfortable. We want to make sure that we're there for you in all different modes. You can email us, and this is our website, and this is our social media. So I'm gonna share this so that way you guys can see it. And again, don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Another thing that I want to share very briefly is that in our Instagram account, we have something that is called link in bio. And this is where we feel very proud, because if you are a brand new student who wants to apply to San Diego City College and enroll in the Promise program, we have the steps here of what you need to do in order to be part of San Diego City College Promise. Then also, if you are a current student, we also have so many resources for you. Our virtual support, peer mentor appointments, welcome week. So we advertise welcome week because we want to make sure that you guys get connected with all the resources. So thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Then we also have the Spring 21 academic key dates and deadlines. Why you should care about those deadlines are very important for you to follow, so you know when to drop, when to withdraw if necessary, when are the holidays. All those things are available there in our link in bio for you all. Also, we have a calendar of events and important dates. So Promise, what we did is that we add all the dates that were on the calendar dates, and we added to our own calendar of activities. So when you want to know what Promise is doing, click on our calendar of activities and you will find everything there with Zoom meeting IDs, everything is there. Okay. And lastly, we also advertise the scholarships, COVID-19 resources, Hunger Action Day, emergency food assistance for the month of February. Again, we update this on a weekly basis so that you will have the most up-to-date information, resources. And if you feel that we need to add additional resources that we don't have in here, let us know. Say, Brenda, I really would like to see resources on taxes, resources on this, and we will make sure that we connect you with that. And lastly, we also have for our current Promise students, we have our Canvas developmental shell when we advertise and send announcements. So we send announcements about scholarships, transfer center events, our virtual support hours, Black History Month. All of that fun information is available there for our students. So if you want to connect with us, give us a call at 619-800-3464. And you can also check our link in bio that I'm going to put on the chat right now.
Yeah, your web presence is excellent. It is so comprehensive and so informative. I was wondering, Brenda, while I was looking through them, I was interested in looking at the link for scholarship opportunities. As you know, the scholar Sylvia Ramirez is our scholarship coordinator, and I was looking at your scholarship link on your previous screen, and I don't know if I was seeing things correctly, but our scholarship cycle ends February 28th.
Yes, we're gonna update it.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you click on the scholarship opportunities, it takes them to the main website for the scholarships. And you can see that the deadlines here, it says February 28th. And then also in our Canvas developmental shell, we also update with the new scholarships that are open. So I think I just need to edit the part where it says the dates and update it with the new date. But
no, thank you. I didn't know if I could see it well enough with my glasses, but I just wanted to make sure. Thank you so much. I'm so impressed by your presentation today, Brenda. Promise has gone. Oh my God, Promise. How many years are we into Promise now? Is this our fourth year? It's our fifth year. Oh my gosh, it has really come a long way. And you all, kudos to you because you've done a great job with managing the Promise program and bringing students in that way. Thank you so much for this presentation today, Brenda. And if students
No,
if
go
students
ahead.
need to contact you, can you go ahead and go back to that last slide or the last area? Yeah, there you go, there. In case they need to contact you. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Brenda?
No, I just want to say that I'm so excited to meet everyone, and I want to wish everyone a good start of the semester. I know this is not our ideal way of learning, but just know that you have programs in different programs here at San Diego City College that are working so hard to provide you the support and to be there for you. Don't feel afraid to ask for help. I think that's one of the things that I want to leave the session saying. One of the best things that you can do for yourself is ask for help and self-advocate. So again, don't hesitate to contact us. Again, I cannot emphasize enough that we are here for you. We are here to help you, and we care about your success.
Oh, and Brenda, thank you so much for bringing your warmth and your sincerity, plus your plethora of knowledge about the Promise program to our Welcome Week, and also under the direction of the supervisor, Luke Menchaca there. You all do a great job in all the programmings that you do. But thank you so much for telling us all about the Promise program. I wish you a wonderful semester. Happy New Year. I miss seeing you. We'll have to Zoom. Let's Zoom and just catch up. Sound
Yes,
good?
Lori. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Take care. Have a great day. Bye now.
You too, Lori. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. So the last thing I wanted to do is to leave you with I just mentioned Luke Menchaca. He's our outreach coordinator and so much more at San Diego City College. And he put together a little welcome YouTube video that I think really kind of like sums it up, everything that you've seen this week. But this is something that he created, and you can just feel the city love through that. So I'm going to take this opportunity to show it to you before we conclude today. So one moment as I get into that program. Thank you. One moment. And here we go. Well, as you can see, Luke, see and feel, Luke is really one of my greatest colleagues and friends at San Diego City College. And what I want to just for you to understand that City College really truly is a family. Thank you for tuning in to our Welcome Week ceremonies and programming this week. I want to give special thanks to Dr. Ricky Shabazz, our college president, Vice President Denise Wisenhunt, Vice President Tilly Chavez, Vice President John Parker, all of the presenters that showed up this week to bring you information that you can use. I want to thank my dean, Marciana Perez, my coworkers in the Office of Student Affairs that have really helped to usher our Welcome Week along, and that's Tia Pickens, Marian Rodriguez, and Sylvia Ramirez. And then finally, I just want to thank you for coming to City College. So glad you're here, and I wish you a wonderful semester. Can't wait to meet you virtually, and can't wait for the time that we can get back onto campus and get that city spirit going again right on campus. So until then, I'm Lori Oldham with the Office of Student Affairs. Have a great semester. Thanks for tuning in.